Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're tackling something really fundamental, the profound impact of nutrition on our health. It really is foundational, isn't it? Influencing physical health, mental state, just about everything.
Absolutely. And we're going to, dive into the materials you shared, looking specifically at how diet links to certain diseases. You're clearly interested in this connection.
Yeah,
So our goal is to pull out the really critical stuff, give you a practical understanding.
exactly. Not just listing problems, but giving you actionable knowledge
Mhm.
for prevention. So where do we start? Maybe with something widespread like obesity?
Good place to start. Fundamentally, it often boils down to a pretty simple energy equation, taking in more calories than you will expend.
Right.
But what's key are the types of foods that often lead to that surplus.
Yeah, like those sugary snacks. Quick
Yeah.
energy, then a crash, right? And you want more.
Mm-hmm. And fried foods, super energy dense. Fast food too. Convenient, but often high calorie.
And sugary drinks. It's so easy to drink a lot of calories without feeling full.
Exactly. And the materials clearly show the consequences go way beyond just weight. We're talking serious risks.
Like heart disease, stroke.
Type 2 diabetes, definitely. Certain cancers, even things like osteoarthritis, joint problems. It's not just about the scale.
So the big question, prevention. What practical steps do the sources point to?
Okay, the core idea is shifting to balanced meals and watching portion sizes.
Balanced meaning.
Thinking about whole grains for that steady energy release, lean protein for, repair, healthy fats, and loads of fruits and vegetables, packed with micronutrients.
And it's not just what, but when and how much, isn't it? The sources mention avoiding late-night eating.
Yes, and being mindful of portion sizes, which is easier said than done sometimes.
True.
And just generally limiting the highly processed, less nutritious foods, junk food essentially.
Simple swaps can help too, I imagine.
Definitely, like choosing water instead of soda. Huge difference over time. Or grilled instead of fried. Small changes add up.
Makes sense.
And of course, physical activity. Gotta burn those calories too.
Okay, let's move to another big one. Type 2 diabetes. This is about blood sugar management. Right.
Exactly. It happens when the body either becomes resistant to insulin, that's the hormone that lets sugar into cells, or it just doesn't make enough insulin.
And diet plays a huge role here, especially refined carbs and added sugars.
A massive role. We're talking white bread, sugary drinks again, candy, pastries, things that give you that quick sugar hit, but not much else.
They digest fast, spike your blood sugar.
Precisely. Puts a real strain on your insulin system over time.
So prevention strategies, what do the sources say?
The main thing is cutting back on those refined sugars and carbs. Swap them out.
For what?
For complex carbohydrates, think whole grains, legumes, beans, lentils, lots of different vegetables. They digest slower.
So a more gradual blood sugar rise.
Exactly. Much more manageable for your body. And fiber is crucial here too.
Ah, fiber.
It helps moderate those blood sugar swings. Plus, getting enough healthy fats and, again, regular physical activity, all vital for prevention.
Okay. Shifting gears slightly. Cardiovascular disease. Still a leading cause of death globally. Sobering stuff.
It really is. And the dietary links are very well established.
Like excessive saturated fat.
Mm.
From red meat, butter.
Yep. And trans fats often lurking in processed snacks. And too much salt, of course.
And these things directly affect risk factors like cholesterol and blood pressure.
Correct. Saturated and trans fats can raise your LDL, the bad cholesterol. Too much salt contributes to high blood pressure, hypertension.
So what does a heart-healthy diet look like according to the sources?
It really emphasizes lots of fruits and vegetables. Get a colorful plate, whole grains as a foundation.
Okay.
Nuts and seeds are great too, healthy fats, nutrients, and fatty fish like salmon or mackerel.
Ah, the omega-3s. Always hear about those for heart health.
Yes, they're very beneficial. The recommendations also stress limiting salt in processed foods
Right.
and using healthier oils like olive oil, choosing lean proteins, poultry, fish.
We've talked a lot about too much of certain things. What about not getting enough? Nutritional deficiencies.
Right, the other side of the coin. When your body lacks essential nutrients, and the effects can be quite varied depending on what's missing.
Can you give you some examples?
Sure. Iron deficiency leads to anemia. You feel tired, weak, maybe look pale.
Yeah.
Vitamin D deficiency, really common actually, weakens bones, can impact your immune system, make you more susceptible to infections.
And calcium for bones.
Absolutely. Not enough calcium long-term contributes to brittle bones, osteoporosis. Then there's vitamin A for vision, B vitamins for energy and nerve health. It's a broad spectrum.
So how do we make sure we're getting enough of all these things?
Variety is key. A diverse, colorful diet. Think leafy greens, dairy or fortified alternatives, fish, eggs, beans, nuts, seeds. The wider the range, the better your chances of covering all the bases. Fortified foods can help too.
What if you have dietary restrictions,
Yeah.
like, say, a vegan diet?
That's a really important point. With restrictive diets like veganism, you might need to consciously supplement certain nutrients. B12 is a classic example. Maybe iron or vitamin D too, depending on the specifics.
Got it. Okay, let's talk digestion. Diet seems crucial here too, low fiber being a common culprit.
Definitely. Low fiber is linked to constipation, bloating, even IBS symptoms for some people. Fiber's role is multifaceted.
It's not just about keeping things moving.
No, that regulates bowel movements. But it also acts as fuel, a prebiotic, for the good bacteria in your gut. That gut microbiome is incredibly important for overall health.
So high fiber foods are the goal. What are some good sources?
Oats are fantastic. Apples, lentils, broccoli, lots of vegetables, whole grain bread instead of white. Simple swaps make a difference.
And water.
Crucial. Fiber needs water to work properly, so drink plenty of fluids. Also helpful, avoiding overly processed foods as they often lack fiber.
And fermented foods, the sources mentioned those.
Yes, things like yogurt with live cultures, kefir, sauerkraut, kimchi, they can introduce beneficial bacteria, support gut health.
Interesting. Now, an area getting a lot more attention, the nutrition-mental health link, the brain-body connection.
It's incredibly strong. Certain nutrients are vital for brain function and, well, mental well-being.
Which ones specifically?
We're talking omega-3 fatty acids again, magnesium, zinc, iron, B vitamins. They all play critical roles.
And if you're deficient, what happens then?
It can manifest in various ways. Mood swings, maybe increased anxiety, depressive symptoms, even problems with memory or concentration. An undernourished brain just doesn't function optimally.
Affects focus, emotions.
Decision-making, yeah.
So what are these brain-friendly foods we should aim for?
Fatty fish again, for those omega-3s. Nuts and seeds are great healthy fats, minerals. Leafy greens are powerhouses. Avocados, berries rich in antioxidants. Whole grains for sustained energy.
And anything to limit for mental well-being.
Generally, yeah. Limiting caffeine and alcohol is often advised, as they can mess with mood and sleep. And highly processed foods, they often lack nutrients and can cause energy crashes and mood swings.
Okay, we've covered a lot of specific conditions. Let's zoom out. What are the big overarching prevention strategies? Consistent habits.
The main message across the sources is consistency, making healthy choices day in, day out. And mindful eating, paying attention to what and why you're eating. Not fad diets.
Right.
Sustainable habits.
There's that balanced plate rule that often comes up. How does that work again?
It's a simple visual guide. Aim for about half your plate to be fruits and vegetables, lots of color. Then roughly a quarter whole grains, brown rice, quinoa, that sort of thing. And the last quarter, lean protein, chicken, fish, beans.
Helps ensure you get a good mix.
Exactly. Macronutrients, micronutrients. And hydration keeps coming up.
Water over sugary drinks.
Absolutely critical for digestion, nutrient transport, waste removal, everything.
And moderation. Even with healthy foods, portion control matters, doesn't it?
It really does. It's easy to overdo it, even on nuts or avocados. Being mindful of serving sizes, not eating out of boredom or stress. That's part of mindful eating.
What about little tweaks in the kitchen or snacking?
Yeah, good point. Using herbs and spices for flavor instead of tons of salt. Watching added sugars. Maybe using natural sweeteners sparingly. Swapping less healthy fats for things like olive oil or avocado.
And for snacks.
Fruit, yogurt, a handful of nuts, veggie sticks like carrots. Much better than reaching for chips or cookies usually.
Meal planning seems like a practical tip too.
It can be really helpful. Planning ahead means you're less likely to make impulsive, less healthy choices when you're hungry and rushed.
And we can't forget the synergy with physical activity.
No, absolutely. Healthy eating and regular activity work together. They boost each other's benefits. Even just a 30-minute walk most days makes a big difference.
One last point from the sources. Not skipping meals, especially breakfast.
Right. Skipping meals can mess with your metabolism, potentially lead to overeating later. Breakfast helps kickstart your day, gives you that initial energy.
So, wrapping this up, it's really clear that poor nutrition is a major factor in so many serious health issues.
That's the core takeaway, really. Obesity, diabetes, heart disease, deficiencies, digestive problems, even mental health. Diet has a huge impact.
But the flip side is encouraging. So much of this is preventable through our choices.
Exactly. Small, consistent changes add up. It's about building that foundation of good nutrition. It really empowers you.
It changes how you see food, doesn't it?
Hmm.
Not just fuel, but kind of like medicine for the body.
That's a great way to put it. It provides the building blocks, the energy, everything your body needs to function well, to thrive.
So as you listen to this, maybe reflect on your own eating habits. What's one small step you could take? Maybe try one of those brain-friendly foods. Or swap one sugary drink for water today. The power really is in those daily choices.